morning. So, how many of you guys here know how to play an instrument, know how to read music, or write your own music, or anything involved in it? Good enough for you? Okay, listen to music. Probably one of the easiest ones. Everyone here, obviously. So, see, all of us here are involved in music some way. We play an instrument, we write it, we listen to it, we dance to it, anything. So, music is involved in our lives in basically almost every aspect. So I'm a music major, so I think I'm pretty, sort of well qualified to talk about this. I've been singing for about 7 years now, and I've played the piano for about 3 years, and I've seen that music does have a benefit in your lives. Many studies have been done trying to see what kind of benefit music has, whether it's an emotional benefit, academic benefit, and with these studies, it's been proven that there is some sort of benefit to playing music. First, I'll start off on how music affects us academically, then emotionally, and then how it all comes together with your well-being. So the academic benefits of music. There have been some studies done that music benefits reading and speech. For example, so this is a stat, and these are notes right here. When students are reading music, they correlate the note what they see with a sound. So when it comes to reading, when they look at a letter, they correlate it with a sound in their head. For example, this makes an A or an A sound. So also with this, what happens is that it helps with speech. So since many languages use different pitches or rhythm or tempo, and that actually is what makes a language, music actually helps correlate it, since many languages with different pitch equals a different meaning. So according to an article called Understanding the Benefits of Musical Training, musical ability is associated with enhanced verbal memory, and that early reading ability is correlated with musical pitch and rhythm skills. Also, by playing music, since you have to keep practicing over and over and over again, you actually get better memory. So your memory skills they improve, not by much, but slightly. There's also this one thing called the Mozart effect. What it is basically, the more you listen to classical music, the smarter you'll be. This was popular mostly around 1994 or 200, which is around the time most of us were born. So a lot of the people in that generation were affected by this. So what it is the more you listen to classical music, the smarter you'll be. This was actually proven to be false. So in an article by Lynn Heldy called The Mozart Effect Turns 20, it describes a study being done by Aransas Rauster, Gordon Shaw, and Catherine Kai, where they tested about 36 males. They had them listen to classical music and do like a spatial test afterwards. They listened to a sonata by Mozart. It improved their spatial abilities probably by just a teeny bit, but in the end, those effects went away within like 15 minutes, and they went back, I guess, to being their regular selves. So this is actually proven to be false. The more you listen to classical music, you're not just gonna get smarter. Like you listen to it and be like. So by studying music, it does improve your performance. You do score better on tests, you perform better. Overall, it's just not going to make you smarter. You'll be a smarter musician if you like. Alright, so the emotional effects of music. Now that we know the academic effects it has on our brain, we can talk about the emotional effects. So every time we hear a song, depending how it sounds, we feel certain emotions, whether we're sad, we're mad, we're happy, we feel upbeat and energetic. So according to an article by Thomas Baumgartner, musical excerpts presented without commitment, visual stimuli, elicited strong emotional responses activating brain regions known to be involved in reward, motivation, approval, withdrawal, arousal, including retrostriatum, midbrain, cortex, insula, and ventral medial cortex. So in simpler terms, the music that we listen to activates certain parts in our brain that are involved in making us feel certain ways. For example, pop music. It's pretty high pitched, it's upbeat, the rhythm's upbeat, the tempo's pretty quick, so it will have us feeling pretty happy during that time that we listen to it. Now, the same goes with slower, sadder sounding music. So the lower the pitch, the slower the tempo, the sadder, maybe more dark, deeper it might feel, which an example could be movie music. So now that we talked about how music can affect you in an emotional standpoint, we can talk about how it affects music and wellness. So there's been studies conducted where music actually helps with Alzheimer's patients. Obviously, we know what Alzheimer's is. I was in a group called Music and Wellness here on campus about a year ago where we worked actually with Alzheimer's patients. But we used other people's work, obviously credit them for it. But what we also did ourselves is we got pop songs from their era, from when they were younger. And what we realized is that when we played it to them, they got memories back from when they were younger. They remembered everything, and whatever they were feeling then, they felt it now, whether it be sad, happy, energetic, anything. After about a couple minutes or so, they forgot all the memories, but the feeling stayed with them, and they didn't know how to explain their feeling, why they were sad, why they were happy, or anything. Also, we worked with the homeless, and what this has to do with emotion is we met one person who was very suicidal. She's committed suicide she attempted suicide a couple times. Counselors would try to talk to her, and that she just wouldn't. It didn't affect her, but once we actually worked with her and a couple other people where she was with music, a couple weeks later we found out that it was the happiest she's ever been, and now from what we hear, she's doing pretty well. So music affected her emotionally, that now we're happy to hear that she's doing fine. So by learning the effects that music has on the brain, hopefully we can see the importance it has. First, I talked about how music affects the brain academically, then how it affects it emotionally, and then what it has to do with music and wellness. So music is a part of our lives because we want it to be there. Like I said, we listen to it, we dance to it, we play it, we write it, anything. So we see that there's such an importance in music. Unfortunately, the first things to go when there's budget cuts are music and the arts. So if we were more involved in it and show how much of a benefit it has, maybe we can actually keep it for other generations to enjoy.